Madam Speaker, the Liberals are very good at self-promoting the refugee initiative, but private sponsorship groups from Newfoundland have had to turn to a letter-writing campaign to demand action on their stalled applications. There are countless groups across the country in this position, and private sponsorship groups provide refugees with an instant support network and immediately help families transition to their new life in Canada. So, Madam Speaker, if the refugee initiative is as successful as they claim, why are these private groups being ignored while at the same time government-sponsored refugees are having to rely on food banks?
Question.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship.
Madam Speaker, the outpouring of support for the national effort to settle refugees in this country has been overwhelming. As the Minister has stated repeatedly in this House, a grand national project of this size and scope is not without its challenges. We have met targets to bring in 25,000 individuals by the end of February. We're working to bring in 44,800 humanitarian people under the refugee category alone in 2016. That includes government-sponsored individuals and privately sponsored individuals. We're thankful for the incredible support in Newfoundland and other provinces, and we're working to address those needs as quickly as possible. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Calgary Nose Hill.
Well, Madam Speaker, these targets should include quality of life for these refugees. More than a dozen Ottawa food banks have reported an increase in demand coming from government-sponsored Syrian refugees. Most of these families have turned to the Gloucester Emergency Food Cupboard, where 75 Syrian families, for a total of over 400 people, have registered at the food cupboard. Will the Minister tell the House what his plan is to address the needs of these families, or is he simply going to try and set up yet another photo op?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, I welcome the question from the opposition critic and her concern for the welfare of refugees in this country. We obviously share that concern. Our government shares it. I share it as a refugee myself. But I find it highly implausible and a bit, let's say, inconsistent to talk about the quality of life for our refugees coming from a party that eliminated health care for refugee applicants when they were in office in violation of the Charter. Thank you, Madam Speaker.